Good morning, everyone!
Hello, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's get through this Hump Day Wednesday with some news that you could use right now.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Today we are unstoppable. So let's crank up the high energy with good vibes and inspiration.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Your mornings are definitely no fun with us. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter. So Paolo actually had a pun in his intro and he totally skipped through that.
If I
it
didn't
said
write
let's
it-
power through.
If I didn't write it, I'm not doing it.
Wow!
Diva! Sige! Calm
in the
lang.
morning!
No,
So
but
there are two girls here, but Paolo's
Right,
the
but
diva.
Paolo's the diva.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
joking aside, I appreciate the effort for the fun, but no. But we
was
got
nice.
a fun show here today
Yes.
because Mo will get her dream come true, wherein she's going to literally spend a big chunk of the show just talking about
Not
animals.
a big chunk of the show, but some chunk of the show.
So
So
we got-
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Yeah, we got some cute animals on the show today.
Not
Yeah.
as cute as me, but
Yes, of course.
And you're mad at me for not saying a pun? My goodness. But then apart from that, we're still talking about the MMFF. We have a movie director coming in as well to talk about some of the more anticipated films here. Baka nga dark horse nga to in this particular MMFF festival.
I was actually talking to him a while ago in the makeup room, and he told me about some interesting facts about the movie. So I can't wait to interview him later. We'll learn more about this particular movie that's part of the MMFF list this year.
Absolutely. To find out what it is, abangan. Don't go away.
Yes. But right now, let's check on the major roads in Metro Manila at this hour. Here is the situation along Commonwealth Avenue in Quezon City. On the left side of your screens are vehicles going to Sandigan Bayan. And on the right side are vehicles headed to the Quezon Memorial Circle. So if you're headed to Sandigan Bayan, moderate traffic already on that stretch. And the innermost lane is dedicated for that counterflow that starts all the way from Tandagsora all the way to Philcoa. And if you are headed to the Quezon Memorial Circle, moderate traffic already. Things are starting to build up. Like I always say, drive safe and keep a cool head if you're already stuck in traffic. Now here's a look at the situation along EDSA Orense. On the right side of your screens are vehicles going to Makati. On the left side of your screens are vehicles going to Shaw Boulevard, and both lanes are still good at this time. Still a good time to drive. Now, a reminder to motorists, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It is Wednesday today. Vehicles with license plates ending in 5 and 6 should be off the road from now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Now on to our weather report. Davao Oriental now under signal number 1 due to Tropical Depression Kerubin. Pag-asa has placed the province under that particular tropical cyclone wind signal. Davao Oriental may experience rains with gusty winds for today. Pag-asa says Kerubin was last spotted in Tagum City in Davao del Norte. Forecasters say it may weaken in the next 24 hours. The tropical depression is causing scattered rains and thunderstorms in eastern Visayas, Caraga, and the rest of the Davao region. The rest of the Visayas and Mindanao can also expect rains due to TD Kerubin's trough or extension. The Bicol region and Quezon may also experience rains because of the shear line. The northeast monsoon or hanging amihan is bringing rains with a touch of cool in most parts of Luzon, including Metro Manila. Tune into Weather HQ later on at 9 a.m. for more updates, whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
This just in, death row convict Mary Jane Veloso arrives in the Philippines this morning. As seen in the video, Mary Jane arrived with no handcuffs. Her family, along with progressive groups, waited at the NAIA Terminal 3 to welcome her after 14 years. Migrante International not only celebrates Mary Jane's homecoming, but also International Migrants Day today. Veloso will be transferred to the Correctional Institute for Women in Mandaluyong and will be quarantined for 5 days. After this, her family will be allowed to visit her again just in time for Christmas.
On to some more serious business here. PhilHealth assures members that they could still get their health benefits. That's despite the Congress's decision not to give the agency its subsidy in the 2025 budget. PhilHealth President and CEO Emmanuel Ledesma says they still have 281 billion pesos in reserve funds and 150 billion pesos in surplus funds. Lawmakers criticized PhilHealth, saying these numbers do not translate to significant relief for Filipinos burdened with healthcare costs. They also slammed PhilHealth for looking more like a business than a healthcare provider agency.
So, ang utak po ninyo ay investment, hindi po service. Hindi po para sa tao yung nangyayari na yung the money of PhilHealth should be used to increase the package or to decrease the contribution.
Cited PhilHealth's financial stability and announced plans for a 50% increase in coverage for most case rate packages.
In the meantime, the Armed Forces of the Philippines successfully delivers Christmas packages to soldiers over at the West Philippine Sea. That's despite the presence of 2 Chinese warships and 2 Chinese Coast Guard vessels at Ayungin Shoal. The transport mission was carried out the first 2 weeks of December.
Yung highlight ng ating RORE was the delivery of the Noche Buena packages to our troops. Mataas ang kanilang moral. And nais kong sabihin sa ating mga kababayan, yung inyong kasundaluhan, we perform our mandate without any fanfare. Over sea, land or air, sa karagatan, himpapawid at karagatan. Ito ay alay natin sa mga kababayan natin.
Lawmakers will reach out to the DOST and DICT to assist them in amending the Consumer Act and Price Act that they call outdated. The proposed changes for this and more in Agatha Gregorio's report.
Some senators and agencies are in agreement of one thing. The Consumer Act of the Philippines, which they call outdated, is in need of amendments. The Trade Department, the National Economic and Development Authority, and the Agriculture Department all showed support for amending the law.
Experience po namin sa Department of Agriculture, agri-fishery commodities, especially yung raw or fresh, yung difficulty, especially in the controlling of prices because of several factors. Lalo-lalo na po yung weather, pest and diseases, yung seasonality ng mga agri-fishery commodities. So ito po yung tinitingnan namin na if we are going to introduce some measures kung paano ma-strengthen ng DA yung identification of what are the mechanisms on how to in a way mitigate yung mga fluctuations.
This was amended in 2022, but the amendment was about placing timbangan ng bayan centers in public and private markets. This is why the Senate is enlisting the help of agencies such as the Department of Information and Communications Technology and the Department of Science and Technology to be a part of a technical group to amend the existing law. Senator Alan Peter Cayetano also proposes the use of new technology like artificial intelligence in pricing products. DA supports having a mechanism like this, saying that right now they are doing everything manually in monitoring market prices. Cayetano says employees will not lose their jobs as there still needs to be random checking even with the use of AI. Cayetano also expects they will finalize amendments by January and tackle the amendments on the Senate floor by then. Among the proposals is an increase in penalties for unfair trade practices. In the current version of the law, penalties may go up to 300,000 pesos for violations related to the article on fraudulent practices relative to weights and measures. Regarding consumer complaints, after an investigation, administrative fines could even reach 300,000 pesos.
Personally, I'm not sure pa dun sa increase ng penalty. Kasi yung science sa criminology is it's the certainty na mahuli rather than yung... So, ibig sabihin, death penalty, wala naman nahuhuli. Isang linggong kulong, pero nahuhuli lahat. Mas takot ang tao dun. But if you look at the MMDA, di ba? Lahat ng agencies, never knew sure kung sasamahan kayo ng media. Paano malalaman ng tao na nanghuhuli talaga kayo? Para may takot sila. If you look at yung sa MMDA, for example, di ba? Yung kanilang SOCMED, 'di ba, na pagka may pumasok sa bus lane, meron ka agad. It may 2-in-1, 3-in-1 purpose. One is that safe din sila kasi it's not he said, she said, eh, 'di ba? Kasi dati pagka may makapangyarihan bumaba, tapos hindi, bastos yung enforcer. Eto ngayon naka-live ka eh. So kita mo, 'di ba? Less excuses eh kasi lahat tuloy pag napanood 'yon, kinakausap na driver nila. Oh, nakita nyo na ha, walang exemption yan ha.
Cayetano adds it would be best for the DA to document and post their raids, just as the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority does for traffic violators. Agatha Gregorio, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Over in sports, graduating UP star JD Cagulangan is taking his talents to South Korea. Multiple reports, including Fast Break, say the UP Court General accepted an offer from Suwon KT Sonic Boom in the Korean Basketball League. Cagulangan will be the team's Asian quota player, a spot previously held by Dave Ildefonso and Filipino-Italian playmaker Adolf Panopio. Cagulangan, though, has yet to confirm this on social media. Sonic Boom is currently at 4th place with 10 wins and 8 losses in the ongoing KBL season. It's not only Cagulangan who is turning pro in the land of the morning calm. On Monday, two-time UAAP MVP Kevin Kiambao announced South Korea as his next destination following his last dance with the De La Salle Green Archers.
Now let's talk some entertainment news. Dark comedy drama White Lotus returns for its 3rd season. HBO just released a new trailer showing new cast members, including Lisa of Blackpink. Also among the cast are Walton Coggins, Jason Isaacs, Patrick Schwarzenegger, and Parker Rosie. Only Natasha Rothwell returns from the previous season. The season 3 of the immensely popular social satire is set in Thailand and will be available for streaming on February 16, 2025. Now, local entertainment news. OPM icon Ellie Buendia reveals the Eraserhead surprise set at UP's Bonfire Night Monday actually happened on short notice. The E-Heads frontman explains it has been over 2 decades since the band last performed at the UP Sunken Garden. Buendia said on social media, quote, "Victory is sweet, pop-up shows are sweeter." The iconic band made noise not only on stage but also on social media during their unannounced gig in Diliman. UP celebrated 3 of its UAAP champion teams on Monday, including the men's basketball team. As for the Eraserheads, the country's Fab Four received one of UP's highest honors, the Gawad Oblation Award, back in August.
Now, up ahead, a conversation with Director Crisanto Aquino, who brings you kilig, tears, and heartwarming message this Christmas season. He joins us live after the break to talk about his MMFF entry, My Future You. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Mahigit 8 bilyon. Sa dinami-dami ng tao sa mundo, paano mo hahanapin ang para sa'yo?
Hi, Libra girl.
Hello, Aquaman.
Come to come.
Agad-agad?
3, 2, 1.
Hoy!
Ganda mo.
Thank you. Cute ka rin naman.
A story across space and time.
Luma na yung kalendaryo mo, 2009 pa yan, oh. Ano to, prank?
2009 na.
2024! Bangag ka ba?
2024 na dyan.
Baka kaya nangyayari sa atin to for us to correct something in our past.
This generation's next love team. Seth Fedelin and Francine Diaz will changing the past give you the future you want.
Hindi ko na nakilala ang mga magulang ko. Inampun lang ako.
Bata pa lang ako, naghiwalay na sila mama at papa. Minsan lang tayo mabuhay, Lex. Masama bang maghangad ng normal na pamilya? Pwede pa kaming mabuo ulit at ikaw lang makakagawa nun.
One time lang ha. Anong naisip mong gawin?
si Papa. Maybe lahat ng to meant to happen, Lex. Ikaw, at ako.
Gusto kita mabigyan ng masaya at kumpletong pamilya ka rin.
Ma, si Papa.
Wala na si Papa. Dapat hindi na kita inutusan, Lex. Dapat hindi ako nakialam. May kasalanan ko to.
I'm really sorry.
Di ko maiwasan pagmasdan ng iyong larawan. Kahit namamalaya, ikaw lang ang gusto.
Last chance. Kilometer 0. Monday, 7 p.m. Ikita tayo. Kahit di tayo magkita, sabay lang. From 0.
When beyond,
That was the official trailer of My Future You, an official entry to the 2024 Metro Manila Film Festival. Family romance time. All the feels this Christmas in one movie. And we speak straight to the director himself, Direk Crisanto Aquino. It's a beautiful day. Welcome to the show, Direk. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Anne, Monique, and Paolo. Good morning.
Good morning, Direk Chris. So you wrote this film and you directed this film,
Yes,
My
po.
Future You. Can you tell us all about, the story of how you made this movie? You mentioned a while ago when we were talking in the makeup room that the script has been done in 2000, if I'm not mistaken. 2020, yes.
Wala,
yes.
bored lang ako that time.
Okay.
Tapos parang naisip ko lang, what if may dalawang taong randomly nag-chat, they became friends, then later on they realized magkaiba sila ng year. So parang, yun lang yung germ idea niya. Then naisip ko lang, paano magkakonect yung dalawang tao ng different year? Then I thought of a comic every 15 years dumarating. So I think doon nabuo yung buong kwento.
Grabe. And of course, we have to also realize and pay tribute to the fact that yung project po nito is actually one of the last projects greenlit by Mother Lily.
Yes, yeah.
I can only imagine, dagdag pressure ba yun? Is it an honor? What are your emotions siguro?
So, well, actually, nung napili siya for the Metro Manila Film Fest, ang una ko naisip si Mother, na sana nandito pa siya, hearing the news. Kaya sabi ko nga, this film is para sa kanya. And we're very lucky na nasa Metro Manila Film Fest siya. I'm sure, happy si Mother.
Did you get any feedback mula kay Mother Lily when this was first greenlit or when it was in the process of being greenlit about siguro yung direction mo?
Si Miss Rosal kasi yung kadalasan yung kausap about the film.
Yeah.
Medyo that time pa rin si Mother, medyo not well na.
Yeah,
So, talagang si Miss Rosal Monteverde na yung mismong nag-handle ng buong project.
Direct, I know from watching other time travel movies, it's really hard to
Yeah.
conceptualize and put
Sobra.
the story together. Like you said,
Sobra.
you were just thinking two people are chatting together from different times.
Yeah.
So how hard was it? What were the difficulties in making a time travel
mahirap
movie?
siya kasi una sa lahat, kailangan you pay to the details eh. Baka
Right.
magkamali ka 2009, ano ba yung mga nangyari doon?
Right.
Ano ba
Yes,
yung mga
yes.
nakikita doon? Paano ba magsalita yung mga tao? Then 2024. I mean, tsaka they're talking in a laptop. Sa video call lang palagi. So baka maging boring siya. So kailangan mag-isip ako ng ibang way how to make it more interesting kahit lagi sila nasa screen lang.
Right.
So medyo challenge talaga yung magsulat ng film na magkaiba yung timeline.
Parang parang inspired by the pandemic because you wrote it in 2020 during the start of the pandemic na online lahat ng mga tao.
Online lahat
so,
ng mga
right,
tao.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
ito, they were talking to each other online na magkaiba lang, magkaiba sila ng
Magkaiba
timeline.
sila ng time. Then
Right.
later, maloloka sila, ba't ka nandiyan sa 2009? 2024 na. So,
Yes, yes.
sobrang na-shock din yung mga characters while I was writing it.
Yeah, grabe rin. I remember, just looking back at that time, siguro hindi alam ng mga, Gen Z ngayon, yung YM, that.
Yeah, the YM. The video calls sa YM.
Oo, video calls sa YM. Minsan Skype
Early
nga lang
20,
I don't think we
2000
even had
yata
Skype,
yun.
2009.
2000. Yeah, around
AOL?
so.
Earlier than
Giving-
2009 actually
Oh my
yung mga
gosh.
YM.
Oo.
Wow.
So parang
Well,
college pa ako nun eh.
Direk is very well researched on that. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
But Direk, obviously, time traveling, this is a different concept
Yeah, yeah.
again in particular. Actually, nag-usap tayo kanina na iba na kasi yung movie going public sa
Totoo.
MMFF.
Totoo, Pao.
Did that affect yung writing style mo and the way that you approach its production?
Like you said, iba na yung audience eh. Yung sinasabi nilang masa, parang hindi na sila ngayon yung pinaka parang malaking market ng film. Sa mahal ng ticket kasi, paano makaka-afford yung masa?
Yes,
So I think mas higher siguro ng konti yung mga major na market ng mga film ngayon. Imagine mo yung mga malaking kinitang film like yung mga Hello, Love Again. I mean, ang dami nun, ang laki nun.
Yes.
I mean, kung check mo kung gaano yung kita ng mga tao ngayon, how can they afford it? So I think tumaas na ng konti ngayon yung mga audience, yung mga market.
Direk, I want to talk about your experience, making this film with Seth and Francine. Diba? This is their first movie together. And
yes.
what a great platform to like really make them well known, diba? Through the MMFF and through the second movie of yours. Tas ang ganda pa ng plot, right? So what was it like working with them?
Mga bagets eh. So very, very energetic sila. So hindi sila nalilate, very professional, they study the script, memorize sila lahat. At yung dalawang to, nakakatuwa kasi nung story conference namin, sabi ko sa kanila, maraming scenes na hindi kayo magkasama kasi nasa laptop lang kayo. Pero ang request ko sa inyo is, please be behind the camera, throwing the lines, para ma-feel nyo yung energy ng bawat isa, para mas natural yung response.
Okay.
Ginawa nila. Kahit wala sa eksena yung isang artista, for example, bahay ni Francine, definitely walang scene si Seth. Seth was there. I mean, supporting Francine. So, lahat ng reaction ni Francine habang kausap niya si Seth, it's very natural. So, vice versa with Seth naman. Bahay ni Seth, wala si Francine, nandun si Francine kahit wala siyang schedule. I mean, sobrang supportive ng dalawa to each other.
And nakakatawa yung chemistry nila because I see some of the news articles about them, even off-screen, ang ganda ng chemistry nilang dalawa. Like they're really good friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Minsan na naghihiwalay. I mean, parang in between takes, pag set up ng camera, nasa isang sulok sila, binabasa nila yung script, they discuss the scene, anong gagawin. I mean, nag-guide sila, vice versa. Si Chin, sinasabi ni Seth na, baka dapat ganito. Hindi, baka dapat. I mean, nakikita mo yung effort. So, nakakataba ng puso yung dedication nila sa work is there.
So it made work easier for you?
Oh, syempre. Konti na lang yung itutono ko kasi nakaroon. Tsaka they ask questions naman palagi eh. But direct, okay lang bang ganito? Okay lang bang ganito? Medyo ibaba natin ng konti. So, sobra silang into character agad pagtapak nila sa set.
No, that's good. Our generations now are switching, right? We haven't seen a love team as big as Nadine, James, Katniel, and Liz Quinn. Do you think the era of love teams are over, or we're just seeing a different pattern?
I think hindi siya mawawala for me. The love team. Kasi even before, hindi pa tayo pinapanganak, nandiyan na yung mga love team. And if you can recall, halos karamihan ng mga box office films, made by love team.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, pinaka-recent na lang na evidence is the Hello, Love Again.
Yes.
More than 1 billion, di ba? So, tsaka even hindi lang yon, even other films. So, yung mga love team kasi, Pinoy loves a love team.
I know.
Right.
Yeah. Parang hindi na yun mga alis
gusto
sa Philippine film
ma-in-love
culture.
palagi.
Yeah,
Gusto nating
that's
makita
true.
yung paano ba umiyak, paano ba tumawa with your loved ones. At lahat naman tayo nagmahal na at nasaktan. So, we love it.
So do you think having the love team is the integral secret sauce to making a Filipino romantic movie?
Well, with all the evidence, I guess yes. I guess yes.
Oo. Sabi nga nila, the proof is in the pudding. And syempre, when you look at the messages that you want to impart with this film, obviously, it still, the themes are very timeless. I mean, like, the vehicle's a bit different. Time traveling tayo. Time traveling chat. YM versus anong ang chat na gamit niya. I don't know. But
syempre fictional na lang ginawa ko.
But at the same time, what do you think is the main message from this film that you want to impart?
Napaka-simple lang ng message ng pelikulang sinulat ko at dinirect ko. It's about minsan we tend to look for the love somewhere else. Hindi tayo kontento. And with that, hindi natin nakikita na nandito lang para sa tabi natin yung taong pwede nating mahalin. So it's giving more importance and giving thanks also to the people na nagmamahal sa atin. So ganun lang siya kasimple. Be contented and appreciate the people na mahal ka. Ganun lang siya.
Speaking about love, no, the last movie, your last MMFF entry was Right About Love. That
Yeah.
was in 2019, and it won 8 awards during that time.
8 awards in Metro Manila Film Fest 2019.
Yes, and it also won in Osaka, the Osaka
Yeah.
Film Festival.
ABCTV
Yeah, I
award.
wanted to talk to you about that. What was your experience like? Kasi love story ulit,
Yeah.
right?
Grabe yung kasi first film ko yung 2019 na film na yun. Tapos ang dami niyang nakuhang award sa Metro Manila Film Fest. Then nanalo din kami sa Japan, sa
Yes,
Osaka
yes.
Film Festival. Cloud9 yun. Kasi parang first film ko pa lang, ang dami nang nangyari. So parang
Yeah.
sobra akong na-overwhelm, sobra akong na-excite, and because of that, kinontinue ko yung passion ko in making films.
Yeah.
So one of the most unforgettable moment yung 2019, itong may Right About Love film
Yeah,
ko.
and one of the things is that you paid tribute to sa mga writers in general.
Oo,
Yes.
that's for the writers. Kaya nga, when we watch Right About Love, walang pangalan yung dalawang writers. We call them female writer and male writer. Because simple lang ang explanation ko before. Kapag nanood ka na isang pelikula, tanongin mo pangalan ng writer. Palaging director yung naalala mo
Yes,
or the
yes.
bida. But when you ask, sino bang writer ng pelikulang ito na pinanood mo? Hindi mo siya maaalala.
Yeah.
Yung before yung statement ko, bakit ko ginawang walang pangalan yung dalawang writers sa Right About Love. To pay tribute to our writers.
Right.
Yeah, and this time is a bit different kasi you're also writing this one.
Yes,
My future,
yes,
my future you. You mentioned that yung proseso started 2020, give or take. In terms of writing this. And I was wondering about may dagdag pressure ba yun? You had such big success in 2019. You started writing this in 2020. And now years later, 2024, we're seeing it come to fruition. Kamusta naman yung emotional roller coaster mo siguro throughout that process?
Actually, nung ginawa ko kasi ng 2020, dapat parang follow-up film siya after the success of Right About Love. It's under TBA Studios by that time. Siyempre, nagkaroon tayo ng problema in the recent years, so hindi nagawa yung pelikula. I offered it to Mr. Sel Monteverde. And sobra siyang na-in-love agad nung nabasa niya yung script. So, well, I'm so very thankful to Regal, my Regal family, for accepting the script. And now, it's showing now on December 25.
Yeah, and of course, when we talk about the writing, what do you feel is siguro yung pinaka-integral na element sa mga Filipino love stories?
Okay. Dapat, I think, relatable siya. That's number one. Dapat pag pinanood mo yung pelikula, makikita mo yung sarili mo while watching it. I think yun yung pinaka-main integral element of one story. It should be relatable to the audience.
Right.
Kasi di ba when we're watching film, bakit tayo nabubore? Bakit parang hindi tayo kumakapit sa kanya? Kasi hindi tayo nakaka-relate. Ganun lang siya kasimple. So dapat yung truth niya ay nandun. Dapat relatability is there and believability is there para kahit paano masabayan mo yung kwento along the way na, ay shit, tama naman yun. Ganun din ako nung nasaktan ako. Ganun ako nung na-in love ako. Na-feel ko din naman yun. So the truth there is tumatawid siya sa audience. Dapat ganun yung the story.
Yung
Kailangan
reality na.
ng
Ramdam mo
audience,
dapat.
right?
Tsaka alam mong totoo siya, hindi siya fake.
Yes,
Dapat ganun
to
siya.
cry while they're watching the
Oh,
movie.
parang
right?
ganun din ako nung nag-break kami. Nakaka-relate ako.
Like they can totally relate. I think
Relate.
that's also the reason why Filipinos love stories, romantic
Exactly.
movies. Kasi we're very emotional.
Sino bang hindi
diba?
nagkaroon ng heartbreak?
Oo, yeah,
Sino bang hindi
yeah.
umiyak? Sino bang hindi na-in love? Lahat tayo dumaan doon. That's why we love love stories.
Yeah.
Another people who might enjoy that also are the Japanese. Kasi if I'm not mistaken, some people are relating yung story na to, yung film na to, sa Japanese animated film na Your Name.
Yeah.
saw
Nabasa ko nga yan.
I saw your reaction. Ano mo sasabi mo
Have you
doon?
seen it, Direk?
Oo, napanood ko siya long time ago. Hindi naman ako nagulat na may mga tao nagko-compare sa film ko sa Your Name kasi it's a very natural reaction. When we see a film, then may marirecall tayong parang pareho sila ng theme. Pero ang sinasabi ko lang nga during some interviews is film tropes kasi siya. Maraming klase ng tropes na ginagamit kami mga writers to tell a story.
Yeah.
Merong mga kabit kwento, alien kwento, time travel kwento. So we use that device to tell a story. Ang point ko lang naman is, kung may naisip akong kwentong maganda, at parang gusto kong i-share sa audience, pero about two people on different timeline na nagawa na halimbawa ng ibang films, pipigilan ko ba yung sarili kong magkwento?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Yes.
I mean, Ang pinaka-importante for me is the originality of the story.
Yes.
The tropes are there for us to use as a device to tell a story.
Yeah.
So this is completely different sa sinasabi nilang Your Name na magandang pelikula din naman. Kasi ang Your Name may body switch eh.
Yeah.
Nagbabody, if you're familiar, di ba? Walang body switch.
Mas
to.
Freaky Friday nga yun eh.
Oo, eh. Tsaka karamihan ng mga time travel stories or films na siyempre nanood ako para umiwas ako sa similarities. Karamihan sa kanila talaga purely love story and romance. But this one, My Future You, mas malaki yung spot ng family. Even nung nag-premiere night kami last Monday, nagulat yung mga tao kasi akala namin parang simpleng rom-com, makikiligin ka. Pero they were crying, they were laughing. I mean, yung family spot yung sobrang nila na-appreciate sa film. Na-touch talaga sila. Which sobra akong natutuwa sa reactions nila.
I know a lot of people are going to be looking forward to seeing this movie, Direk Chris.
Yes.
Why don't you invite our viewers to catch this film, December 25th, right?
Yes. So I'm inviting everyone to please watch My Future You this coming December 25. This is official entry to the Metro Manila Film Fest 2024. Rated G po siya. So lahat po ay welcome manood. Bring your whole family, your barkada, your loved ones, your kaaway, huwag doon kayo magbate. I mean, this is for everybody. Welcome po lahat sa pelikulang ito. And of course, starring the Francine Diaz and Seth Fidelin. See you there po sa mga cinemas.
Dali niya yung ex niyo.
Oh,
Tignan natin.
Dali niya. Pwede rin isa. Baka magkabalikan kayo dahil sa pelikulang ito.
That's such a nice Christmas present.
Yeah.
Love for Christmas.
Love.
Thank you so much, Director Crisanto Aquino, for joining us this morning. Thank
Salamat
you.
po. Thank you so much.
All right. So we got more stories later on in the show. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
This is The Scorecard,
where you score the latest sports news
and in-depth views. I'm Anton Rojas.
I'm Erica Christensen.
Get ready. Be prepared. Get to the latest stories, updates, and reports about what's happening in the world of sports. Hosted by Anton Rojas, Erica Christensen.
Where sports is our business and business is our sport.
The Scorecard, 9:30 p.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Magandang araw, Pilipinas! Sa bawat issue may iba't ibang anggulo. Sa bawat storya may iba't ibang kwento.
Himayin natin ang bawat sulok at bawat kanto mula sa iba't ibang perspektibo na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang mamamayan.
Every Saturday na kami dadag to 11:30 a.m. Kaya huwag kayong papahuli mga kababayan. Manatiling may pakialam sa mga issue sa ating bansa kaya samahan niyo kami. Dito lang sa Cuatro Cantos!
Pagdiwang at pag-alay. To lift up while remaining grounded in a sensual and vigorous grace. And to do all this while swept away by the pounding, all-enveloping music. More than just performances, these are traditions that are alive with Dayaw, our knowledge, our pride.
Hello, good morning. I'm Paolo del Rosario and welcome to Weather HQ. Today's headline. PhilHealth says 20 volcanic quakes were recorded from Canlaon volcano in the past 24 hours. An agricultural tracking application gets recognized globally for helping Filipino farmers. Copernicus Climate Change Service says 2024 will be the hottest year on since the records began.
I think most of us understand the value that forests provide in terms of yung oxygen, yung water supply.
Whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, the big story we're closely monitoring today, Filipino death row convict Mary Jane Veloso, who arrived in the country this morning. Our Francis Falve joins us live for an update. Kiko, go ahead.
Yes, Paolo, the convoy carrying Mary Jane Veloso arrived here at around 7:03 this morning from the airport. According to the information from the Bureau of Corrections, Veloso was not handcuffed and does not wear body armor during her transfer from the airport to the CIW. Personnel from the Bureau of Corrections, the National Bureau of Investigation, and the Department of Foreign Affairs handled the security arrangements for her transfer. Veloso will first undergo a 5-day quarantine protocol at the CIW and will stay in the same room where Cassandra Leong was previously detained. It can be recalled that Veloso was arrested at the airport in Indonesia in 2010 after being caught with 2.6 kilograms of heroin in her luggage. She was sentenced to death by firing squad, but the Philippine government appealed to Indonesia to grant her a reprieve or postponement of the execution while her case was under review. After more than 14 years, hope emerged for Veloso's pending case when the Indonesian government decided to allow her to go back to the country. According to the Indonesian government, the decision regarding Veloso's case is now under the Philippine jurisdiction. Here at the CIW, she will undergo standard operating procedures, including a medical checkup, which she's doing right now, fingerprinting, and taking her mugshots for the Bucor's files. Later this morning, Paolo, the Bucor will hold a press conference to provide further updates on Veloso's transfer. And that's the latest here, Paolo.
Yeah, Kiko, you mentioned the fact that she is going to undergo quarantine for the next 5 days. Does that mean that there will be no guests, no visitors that will be able to see Mary Jane Veloso for that period?
Yes, Paolo, but for today, because this is a special day, she will be allowed to see her family in a quarter that is prepared for them here at the CIW, Paolo. But after that, she will undergo a strictly 5-day quarantine. That is part of the 60-day period that she will stay here at the CIW. Pao?
Thank you so much. That was Francis Falve reporting live from the Correctional Institution for Women in Mandaluyong.
Heartbreaking news in the U.S. as police now search for motive for the recent school shooting in Wisconsin. Authorities are interviewing friends and family as well as looking into the suspect's online posts. The suspect was identified on Tuesday, 15-year-old Natalie Rapnaugh, who also went by the name Samantha. She opened fire at a classroom in the Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, killing a teacher and another student. Rapnaugh was also found dead at the scene. Police believe she died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. At least 6 more were injured, 2 of them critically. A school shooting carried out by a girl remains a rarity, with only about 3% of all U.S. mass shootings perpetrated by females. Authorities are still investigating Rapnaugh's motive.
In the meantime, it's game over for the country's largest POGO hub in Cavite. As Francis Fulve reports, authorities are racing against time to achieve President Marcos's target for the country to be POGO-free by year-end.
This 32-hectare POGO hub complex in Island Cove, Kawit, Cavite is now a ghost town. There are 58 buildings, more than 30 of which were used as dormitories for POGO workers, all now abandoned. Aside from gaming rooms, the site also had convenience stores, restaurants, a salon, a clinic, a fire station, and a recreation park. According to PAOK, the operations of First Orient, the company licensed to run the site, had already shut down a month ago. On Tuesday, the DILG, PAOK, Bureau of Immigration, PAGCOR, the PNP, and the Cavite LGU inspected the site and posted closure signs on each building. The property used to be owned by the Remulyas, the family of DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla, who joined the inspection. He was governor of the province when the hub started.
Ang Island Cove papunta sa lessors ngayon ng property na to, ang Remulla family ay walang involvement whatsoever. Nung ako ay governor, wala akong pinirmahan na permit, wala akong pinirmahan na development permit, walang dumaan sa akin na letter of no objection. Nung kapatid ko ay DOJ, ay wala rin dumating sa kanyang kahit anumang pirma para mag-operate to. Yung kapatid ko sa PAGCOR na director, doon siya in-appoint na ito lahat ay existing na at wala na siyang pinirmahan in whatever way or form to endorse the operation of this island.
First Orient General Manager Ron Lim says they applied for permits from Kawit Municipality and PAGCOR before the POGO Hub commenced operations in 2019. SEC records show there were 2 companies registered under First Orient. Some owners carried the Remulla name. However, Lim clarified that these companies have since been dissolved after the property was sold. Now, they are still unsure of what to do with the property. Approximately 15,000 Filipino employees and 15,000 foreign workers have been affected by the shutdown. According to POGO Chair Alejandro Tenco, the Island Cove POGO was the last major POGO hub in the country.
They have scaled down their operations also since last year. So, kung dating halos puno ang mga building na to, dahan-dahan na rin silang nagbawas. At dahan-dahan na rin silang wika nga'y nagtatanggal o nagbabawas ng kanilang mga operations dito. At sa araw ngang ito, ay makikita nating wala na pong matitira dito na offshore gaming operations dito sa tinatawag na Island Cove Hub sa Kawit, Cavite.
Authorities say they will monitor the closed POGO sites, especially since reports have surfaced of guerrilla operations using BPO as cover.
Pagtutulungan po namin, after January 1, you will see ang powerful po ng gobyerno laban sa ganito.
We will be utilizing yung mga barangays natin, kasi most likely sila po yung nakakakita. There's a lot of indicators kung paano nyo po malalaman na mayroong POGO operation sa isang lugar.
The President's deadline to shut down all POGO operation in the country is December 31. Francis Polbe, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Still on the issue of POGOs, 7 Chinese nationals working in POGO hubs were arrested by the National Bureau of Investigation. Bea de la Cruz reports.
This is alias Letlet. She is a victim of human trafficking. The NBI rescued her in a raid in Parañaque. Letlet applied and worked as a housemaid in the company. But little did she know, it was actually a POGO hub running online scams.
Nung nalaman po nila na nakaakyat na ako sa third floor at nalaman ko kung anong ginagawa nila doon, hinihigpitan na po nila kung maglabas-labas ng bahay. Natakot na po nila ako na wag lumabas. Iniisip ko baka ano pa ang mangyari sa akin.
For 2 months, she was barred from leaving the facility. She managed to get a hold of a cell phone and was able to call for help. The NBI says 7 Chinese nationals were arrested in the raid. They are allegedly involved in cybercrime-related activities like love and crypto scams.
Sa totoo, natagpuan nila katutak na computers, ginagamit sa lab scam, sa kung ano-anong kalokohan.
Pinal ho namin is at least 4 na charges. Meron ng AFASA, merong Kasambahay Law, merong Republic Act 10175, at merong Expanded Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act.
The NBI has yet to identify from which POGO group the scammers belong to. The NBI also says, instead of waiting for complainants to come forward, they will hunt down POGO hubs to expedite their closure.
The NBI is now proactive. Hindi kami mag-aantay ng complainant. We will look for them.
Operations, however, may spill over to the next year, despite the President's year-end deadline, since many large POGOs have broken into smaller groups. Bea de la Cruz, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Now, before the year ends, I'm rounding up the most remarkable animals that caught the attention of the internet this year. You don't want to miss this. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Beauty, health, adventure. This is for you. Join Marie Lozano where she uncovers the untold stories and unexpected surprises in the world of lifestyle.
We wanted to create a space where we could dive into these topics not just by talking to experts, but experiencing the topics firsthand. Let me tell you about the Lifestyle Lab.
On PNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
2 reasons why. I think the first one is I come from a rice farming background in Ilocos Norte. I have relatives that does rice farming and really saw the complexities that they saw every single day. And second is really my immersion in Singapore. Earlier this year, I went to Singapore and I interned for a startup that helped shrimp farmers manage the risks of disease testing in Vietnam. So having to understand that risks is the biggest, most vulnerable factors that affect farming, I tried to apply that in the Philippines and AgriConnect came to be.
This is The Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Rojas. Kevin Kiambao has earned back-to-back UAP MVP titles. Pua Cardinals ended the NCAA Season 100 men's basketball season. The emotional triumph ended a 33-year Mapua title drought. Marlon Stockinger offers a unique virtual F1 experience in the country. On The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Magandang gabi, ako po si Pinky West. Ako naman si Corina Sanchez Rojas. Simulan na natin ang agenda.
We're not confident with numbers, ma'am. Because impeachment is a legal process and a political activity.
The PSA recently informed us, Mr. Chair, that all non-existent
need new warships. It will be provocative and will be seen as an escalation. We don't do that. The Philippines does not escalate tension.
Sa bawat issue, may anggulo at ang balita, may agenda.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, as your resident animal lover and animal advocate, I had to do this segment before the year ends. So I'm rounding up my top 5 favorite internet animals. And this is in no particular order, guys, okay? So at number 5, we have Eve, the thriller dancing capybara. She is American from the Miami Zoo. That's a fun fact. And she actually came at Christmas Eve, so I think this is her anniversary. So happy anniversary to Eve. You are so adorable. And she actually became viral after dancing to Michael Jackson's Thriller. In the video, she dances way better than me. Sana all, Eve, sana all. Can't wait to see you when I go visit the US. So now moving on to number 4, the Golden Tiger siblings from Thailand, Ava and Luna. They're giving Mudang a really great stiff competition. So they're from Chiang Mai, their home zoo, and people say that there are fewer than 100 golden tigers in the world. They're very rare. They're actually also called strawberry tigers. And look how fluffy! I just want to cuddle them. I don't know if that's a good idea if I cuddle them. They might eat me, but they are tigers. But they're so cute. I'm so giggle with them. Okay, let's move on to number 3. So we're gonna talk about somebody now across the world, closer to the US, our Canadian seal, Biscuits. He went viral because of a video of him tearing up at the camera, ang arte, with the text overlay reading, when all you hear is Mudang and Pesto, but never Biscuits the seal. I feel you, Biscuits. I feel you. I look like him. He's so cute. So if you want to follow Biscuits, he has an X account, Talo Pa Ako, and an Instagram. I think he also has way more followers than me. So, okay, moving on to number 2, our big king penguin, Pesto the penguin. So he is a king penguin, like I mentioned, from down under, from Melbourne. He's famous because of his size. The average king penguin actually weighs between 21 to 40 pounds, but our king Pesto weighs 46 pounds, overweight like me, because it is the holidays. So did you guys know Katy Perry also visited Pesto at the Sea Life at Melbourne, and Pesto loves bubbles, and Katy Perry actually hung out with Pesto and blew bubbles, and he uses his beak to happily pop them. And drum roll, please. At number 1, are we surprised, guys? My girl, Mudang, the internet's favorite and my favorite pygmy hippo from Thailand. Did you know her name actually means bouncy pork? I'm about to change my name. Y'all know that to Modang, so bouncy pork Mo. And she actually has 3 siblings. Mutan, also meaning stewed pork. Muwan, which means sweet pork. And this third one, Nadek, it has no pork meaning. So I have no idea. Kawawa naman yung third sibling. Sana, what's a nice pork name?
Okay na yun, at least hindi siya kakainin.
Lumpia na lang. I will rename the third one Lumpia. So we love Mudang because she's so sassy like me and has an attitude. Yes, she is maldita, and she loves to bite people, especially her zookeeper, and she actually doesn't have teeth yet. Did you guys know a big cosmetics company in the US jumped on the Mudang train and started advertising its blushes and replicating the hippo's pink and peachy toned cheeks? And Mudeng, guys, Mudeng, has been named one of New York Times 63 most stylish people of 2024.
She's not even
People see Mudeng. I didn't even make the list. And Mudeng made it. Mudeng, did we miss somebody? I feel like we missed some animals. I did. That is my top 5. But I think you guys have some favorites
We
too.
missed the pyramid dogs.
Yes, the pyramid dogs.
Yeah.
I
The
love
pyramid
them.
dogs were a big deal. I like the pyramid dogs.
I actually like them too.
Yeah, there were quite a few other animals, but then no, I like your list.
Your list is great.
It was
Thank you so
predictable at the
much.
top.
Yeah, of course.
Number
we already
one, of
knew the top
course.
spot.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there was no, it wasn't in order, 1 to 4. Pero of course, number 1, like Paolo's list yesterday. Number 1, Carlos Yulo and Mudeng. You know.
Yeah. No, but then, you know, you have a seat, Momo. But then at the same time, you take a look at the fact that, okay, he not only does Mudeng it part of the New York Times list, but also Mudeng has a makeup line.
I know,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I did not know that when I was researching about Mudeng. I said, wow, talo pa ako. I need to get on that.
Mudeng has no idea that people are making money out of her.
No, Mudeng knows.
Yeah, actually, she's being exploited.
No,
Yeah,
Mudeng knows.
she is. She's being
I'm going to advocate
exploited.
for
People are
Mudeng.
getting
Oh
rich
my
because of
gosh.
Mudeng, and
My
Mudeng
poor
doesn't even get a
baby.
cut.
And she's just being fat and cute. Like, literally, where can you make money for being fat and cute? Only Mudeng.
Well, you know what, Mudeng,
Yeah, it
the
doesn't work for
zoo
humans,
is
though.
doing well though. The zoo is doing really well because of Mudeng.
And when you visit the zoo, you can only see Mudeng for 5 minutes, and the lines are so long. So I hope Thailand Zoo is watching, because y'all, I've been asking for this since last year. I want to go interview Mudeng. I want to hug Mudeng.
You were already there. You just didn't want to fall in line.
I don't line up, girl. I don't line up. So.
And at the same time, you know what, that would be a great Christmas gift for you, because we only have, ladies and gentlemen, only 7 days to go
Oh my gosh,
before
a
Christmas.
week.
A week
1
left.
week?
Yeah.
And these girls have yet to shop for Christmas. So all of the friends and family of
Pwede ba-
Anne and Mo,
Love na lang, love.
My
Oh,
present
pasensya
is
na
a
lang
present.
po.
I am the present.
Give love on Christmas Day. Ayun, love.
And that is it for us this Wednesday, December the 18th. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. May this day be an unforgettable one for you. And don't forget to spread joy and kindness wherever you go.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. May you all have a great day ahead. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a beautiful day.